Spelling calls meeting to order. First item is roll call.
Alderman Arnold.
Here.
Alderman Palacheck. Here. Alderman Johnston.
Here.
Alderman West.
Here.
Alderman Headley.
Here.
Alderman Coleman.
Here.
Morning, Mr. Mayor.
Next item is invocation, be led by Ray Gurney of Cross Creek Baptist Mission, followed by pledge of allegiance from Alderman Johnson.
Our Heavenly Father, we come humbly before you this evening, realizing who we are in comparison with you. And we thank you that you overlook all of those things, that you watch over us, you really care about us and our life and our city, and our children and the schools, our police officers, those who help us when we're ill and in accidents. And I ask your blessings on each of them and this panel of people who come together to make decisions about Green Valley and everything that goes on here. It's a wonderful place to live, and I appreciate it so much. And God, we ask you to watch over our servicemen and women who need you desperately tonight. Be with our nation as we come together in a few weeks to vote and for who it is that you have selected for the next president. And we pray that we will see our country go forward and grow in strength and in peace. We ask this in Jesus' holy and precious name.
Amen. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, next item is approval of the agenda. Is there any changes tonight?
Mr. Mayor, the only request the staff would make is that on Bill B-1622, currently it's the ordinance approving the replat of Nybar property. The only thing we would request is to have two reads on that, knowing that with the replat of that, it accelerates the process that we have on the property.
I'll entertain a motion to amend the agenda to add a second reading for Bill B-16-22. Motion from Alderman West. Is there a second?
Second.
Second, Alderman Coleman. Any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor of amending the agenda, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. All right, agenda is amended. Seeing no proclamations, move on to citizens' participation. We ask that citizens come forward to the microphone and podium and address the board. Please give your name and address for the record. Have anyone who wishes to address the board this evening? All right. Seeing none, move on to the consent agenda.
Mayor, I move that we accept the consent agenda.
I have a motion from Alderman West to approve the consent agenda. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second, Alderman Headley. Any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Next up is previous business. Under that, we have Sugar Shack.
Mayor, members of the board, Ryan, I had an email this afternoon from Stacy Williams of Sugar Shack. You might recall that there's an issue with a state sales tax arrearage, and she's trying to get clearance. We had started the proceedings to revoke her license. The notice stated a certain date. The notice was not picked up by her. She has a post office box. But we had given her a week to get her tax affairs in order. That week expired Friday afternoon. I sent her a letter, told her that she had not met the deadline and that I was going to move forward and recommend to you revocation. I got an email from the state today, from the tax person down there, that said that she is supposed to comply as of tomorrow morning. And then got an email from her telling me that she was going to comply. She'd mailed the money. I then responded and told her that I will see what happens tomorrow morning, but if it's not cleared, we don't have the no tax due letter from the state, then I'll move forward with the revocation proceedings. So, long story short, I hope she's going to comply. It sounds as if she's going to comply. She's going to have to pay some of the tax that's owed and then have an installment payment program approved by the state. And that supposedly is going to be done tomorrow. Money was overnighted, I was told, tonight to Jeff City. So I'll let Ryan and the mayor know, and Galila know tomorrow by noon.
Anyone have any questions? All right. Seeing no other previous business, new business, or presentations, move on to ordinances.
All right, Mayor, the first ordinance is Bill B-16-20, the second reading. The ordinance 2396, an ordinance authorizing issuance of not to exceed $3.4 million principal amount of neighborhood improvement district limited general obligation bonds, Green Valley Marketplace Project, Series 2016, City of Green Valley, Missouri, and authorizing certain other documents and actions in connection therewith. Second reading, it is ordinance 2396.
Mayor, I move that we accept Bill B-16-20 for its second reading, making it ordinance 2396.
I have a motion from Alderman West to approve Bill B-16-20 for its second reading, making ordinance 2396. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second, Alderman Johnston. Any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign.
Arnold?
Yes.
Headley?
Yes.
Alacek?
Yes.
Coleman?
Yes.
Johnston?
Yes.
West?
Yes.
6-0, Mayor. Next ordinance is Bill B-16-22. And it's the first reading. This is the ordinance on for two readings tonight. An ordinance approving the final plat of Snybar Crossing at Snybar Farms, fourth plat. First reading, Bill B-16-22.
Mayor, I move we accept Bill 1622 for its first reading and bring it back for emergency tonight by title only.
I have a motion from Alderman Arnold to approve Bill B-16-22 for its first reading, bring it back by title only for its second reading. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second, Alderman Headley. Any discussion?
Mr. Mayor, members of the board, I just want to let Mr. Murphy kind of bring you up to date on the changes with this plat, as it is the fourth plat of the Snybar Farms, and just provide a quick overview as to what this change represents.
Yep, this is a piece of land that's just, to southwest of the Ponderosa. It was originally in 2005 platted as Snybar Crossing, Snybar Farms' third plat. It was 12 lots, fairly large lots. The smallest frontage was 120 feet. For single family, we only require 65. So this proposal is changing that from 12 lots to 18, and where the smallest frontage will be 70 feet. So still would meet all of our standards, but allows them to get some extra lots in there.
Anyone have any questions, discussion? All right. Seeing none, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign.
6-0 first, Bill B-16-22, second reading. It will be ordinance 2397. And it is an ordinance approving the final plat of Snybar Crossing at Snybar Farms, fourth plat. Ordinance 2397.
Mayor, I move that we accept Bill 1622 for its second read and make it ordinance 2397.
I have a motion from Alderman Arnold to approve Bill B-16-22 for its second reading, making ordinance 2397. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second, Alderman Coleman. Any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign.
West,
Yes.
Johnston, Coleman,
Yes.
Arnold,
Yes.
Headley,
Yes.
Alacek.
Yes.
6-0 second. Thank you, Galila. Resolution R 16-43, a resolution authorizing the city administrator to enter into an agreement with the Mid-America Regional Council, MARC, Solid Waste Management District, as related to Green Valley's participation in the 2017 Regional Household Hazardous Waste Collection Program. Resolution R 16-43.
Mayor, I move that we accept resolution number R 1643 as read.
I have a motion from Alderman Palachuk to approve resolution R 16-43. Do I have a second? Second. Second, Alderman Headley. Any discussion?
Mr. Mayor, members of the board, this is the annual program that we participate in for solid waste and hazardous waste at the Mid-America Regional Council. Let Mr. Murphy add anything that he has to it, but did recently see this last Wednesday evening in the proposed budget for 2017.
Yeah, it's a program through Mid-America Regional Council, 2016, there were 34 cities and/or counties involved with it. But this is what gives residents of Green Valley access year-round to the facility at Kansas City and Lee Summit, and then their mobile events throughout the year. So any resident of Green Valley, free of charge, can go and get rid of any household hazardous waste that they have. Another service that we've offered.
Any additional discussion? Seeing none, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign.
6-0. Thank you.
Okay. Next up, city attorney's report.
Nothing to report, Your Honor, thank you.
Next up, city administrator staff reports.
I will start with Mr. Davies.
Mayor and Board, just a reminder, our 4th annual Trail or Treat event is this upcoming Friday, October 28th, out at Butterfly Trail. I know staff within all departments have been working hard on this event, getting ready for it. I believe we have 34 of our local vendors that have registered to be on site at the trail to hand out information about their business, as well as candy or trinkets, toys, etc. And of course, the city will have several scenes along the trail, plan on providing to the community. So we're looking forward to the event. It appears at this point in time the weather's going to be pretty nice Friday night. So hope to see everybody out there this Friday.
Next, we'll go with Mr. Murphy.
Mayor and Board, I just wanted to give you an update. You had asked us to look into trash haulers and the days of the week that they service the community, so tried to reach out to everybody, and we came up with, doesn't look like anybody delivers on Monday. On Tuesday, it's AAA, Briggs, and Urban Disposal. Wednesday is AAA, Briggs, and EWS. Thursday is EWS, and Friday is AAA. So, kind of all over the map. The other thing that we did was reach out to some surrounding communities to see what they had. Lee Summit, they have pickup all throughout the week, Monday through Friday. Blue Springs has pickups Monday through Friday. Oak Grove is Monday and Tuesday, and then the commercial trash varies. Lone Jack was Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, and Lake Lotawana, it was Monday only. So actually, Lotawana was the only one that said one day, and then it was kind of there wasn't a real constant theme that we saw. So I'm not sure. We can put all this in an email too and send it out to you so you can reading it, but just something to think about there. We'll get that to you and see what, if anything, you want us to go forward with.
You have any questions for him?
Chief Starbuck.
Mayor and Board, just a couple of updates. Friday during the day, police, several officers participated. We had another school bus enforcement operation where we put school resource officers on active school buses during their regular routes, and they would be tailed by plain police cars, and they were watching for anyone who would violate going past a school bus with the cross arm out. No violations were noted. We make our activities known to the public. We want them to be alert that we will continue to do those and be proactive combine that with the community shredding event out here in the back. And, during the 3-hour period, they, collected about 56 pounds of prescription drugs, and the shred truck shred, 1 ton of, paper materials that were turned in by citizens. And we again, are very thankful from these, to the support of, 3 particular good sponsors, Green Valley Chamber of Commerce, State Bank, and the Bank of Green Valley. Each year, they donated, paid for 1 hour of that shredding truck, and that, eliminates the cost of the city. So, we appreciate that, and I know that citizens are appreciative of these events.
I just have, a few quick things for you. First, I wanted to let you know, Kalila will actually be out of the office, and out of the country, actually, over the next couple weeks. So it will be, Ken and I serving as the city clerk on a daily basis. Hopefully the city survives that, but, at the next board meeting, or at the budget workshop, we're actually gonna have Sarah, the public information officer, who's gonna come in and keep minutes and, help us with that end of it. She'll be gone for about 2 weeks, so I wanted to let you know if you're trying to reach out to her. She'll have a message on her email and her voicemail, but, probably just best to try Ken or I. Just a reminder that we do have the budget workshop on November 2nd, that's next Wednesday. We'll be right here at 6:30. And then we have the, building permit numbers came out recently. The Home Builders Association updates the building permit numbers, residential building permit statistics every month. And I just, was happy to see a continued climb in Green Valley. We're still out of 13 in Jackson County. We're still hanging in there at number 4. Kansas City, has issued the most. Lee Summit has issued the second most. Blue Springs, it came in 3rd, and Green Valley is in 4th at 88 permits. So, we're just about 90 permits behind Blue Springs. I was surprised to see that Independence, with a recent event, Mayor Weir was talking about the uptick that they've had in home construction, and they've issued 59, permits, so we are still ahead of them. So just, another good indication that things are continuing to grow and increase in Green Valley. And then the last thing I had, I just wanted to hand out a revised position description for the city clerk position that we're gonna be advertising for. And I wanna highlight the changes that we've made in it, based off of the discussion that we've had with the board. We redlined them, the hiring range, that's just more of an administrative issue. We won't put the full range out there, we just practically, we try to be practical and take from the low end to the mid-range when we look at what we're gonna pay. And then if you go to page, 3, that's really where the changes are. And, under supervision received, we changed and just added a little section there in blue. It says the work is performed under the supervision and management of the city administrator. We think that deals with the issue that we've discussed a few different times. And then under minimum qualifications, we wanted to try and open up, our candidate list. And so we took the requirements for municipal office work and city clerk office work, and we moved that down into preferred qualifications, and we added a minimum qualification of 1 to 2 years of office administration or clerical experience. That will really open up the list of candidates that we're able to take a look at, and from that point, the board make a decision who the right person is, instead of us being hamstrung by minimum qualifications that keep good applicants from even getting an interview. So other than that, there was no other changes to the position description. If everybody is good with that, if you want time to look at it, review it, that's fine, but just a few changes, everybody's good with it, just, give me the go-ahead and we will get the position posted ASAP. That is all I have, Mr. Mayor.
Okay. Next up is Board of Aldermen reports and comments. Alderman Palacheck.
Nothing at this time.
Alderman Arnold.
Nothing at this time.
Alderman Headley.
I got one topic, in light of the budget discussions. Wanted to get everyone's comments or thoughts on having Ryan give us some numbers to look at what it would take to offer 2% merit instead of 1 to the employees, understanding that they've had a few sporadic cost of living increases over time, and this is a little different than the cost of living. As long as we can fit it in a budget that makes sense, I'd, like to get everyone's thoughts on that and see if we can get those numbers before next budget meeting.
Ryan, you have any idea off the top of your head what 1% would be additional?
1% citywide is 25 to 27,000, split through all the funds. So that would be an additional 25 to 27.
We already cut the 20 for the truck out. So you just have to find another 6, basically.
Yeah, well, and that's the 20, when I say 20, that range is split between the general fund, Parks and Rec, transportation, water, and sewer. And so really, a portion of the general fund is more like, say, 17,000. And I think it's all workable. I can get with Kathy and we can look at the proof sheets to see what the bottom line of each fund is after the changes that you guys have requested up to this point. The only one that I think would probably be close would be Parks and Rec, because I know that they were running close on their budget, but that could be a matter of, they probably actually, with the amount, they have such a small amount of the payroll that actually wouldn't be a problem, so we're not talking $10,000 or even that much for Parks and Rec. I'm happy to put numbers together if that's what people want.
I'd like to see them at least so we can have further discussion next week.
Was there any change in the pay scales?
No, we did not have any change in the grades this year.
Yeah, get the numbers together and we'll
I'll
take
put
a
it
look.
together and we'll at least look at it at the next budget workshop.
Anything else?
I have nothing else.
Okay. Alderman West?
We were talking about the need for an executive session.
Yeah, is that item I talked to you about, Ryan, is that executive session?
Yes.
The business license thing?
I'm sorry, Mayor.
Huh?
I was thinking of a different executive session issue.
It always has been.
Yeah,
Oh, yes.
yeah, you got it now?
I'm sorry, I'm on this channel and you just changed my channel. Yes, it's executive session.
Okay, make sure. Yes.
Okay.
That, Alderman Johnson?
Nothing.
Alderman Coleman?
I just wanted to say I'm pretty impressed that when I asked for a couple of things to happen, it just happened. Had the road fixed and the lights downtown going in. No, that's all I had to do.
Yes, sir.
We were waiting for you.
Thank you.
Next up, mayor's report. I have nothing additional to add. We do have executive session for legal. They're all under legal.
Yes, sir.
All right. I'll entertain a motion to adjourn executive session.
So moved.
Motion by Alderman Headley, second Alderman Coleman. Any discussion? All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Alderman Palachek. Alderman Arnold.
Yes.
Alderman Headley.
Yes.
Alderman West. Alderman Johnson. Alderman Coleman.
Yes.
All right, we'll adjourn executive session.